Good morning and welcome to Good Morning Good Coffee. I'm Doug, and today I have a Kirkland medium blend coffee coming at you from the Star Wars Grogu cup. Stronger than you think. Grogu and this coffee because I added a little too much coffee in it. Today I am coming at you from my Pixel Buds because I cannot find my microphone. So you get Pixel Buds today for the recording and that'll be okay. We'll get going. We're going to get through it. Welcome to Superman Premiere Day 2. Today is the day of the digital release, just 45 days after it was released into theaters. What a great movie this was. This was the perfect launch for the DC universe. I loved it from the beginning of the note to the end, the first note to the end note. It just was a great movie, really enjoyable. James Gunn, man, when you let him cook, he comes up with something very special. Cook at a level 7 or so. You don't necessarily want the full 10. I think if you get the full 10, you can get some wild swings. I'd say maybe letting James Cook do whatever he wanted on a level 10. That was probably maybe Suicide Squad, which was good, but a little crazy. Probably also Guardians of the Galaxy 3, which was the best movie of the post-Endgame Marvel Cinematic Universe. Most people aren't talking about it, but it was great. You could see what he can do when he gets an issue he really cares about, like he did in that movie with animal testing. But this one, you can tell he's probably holding a few things back. Doesn't want to really let everything out there. And even still, it is pretty crazy for a Superman movie. You've got pocket universes, proton rivers, morphing heroes. It's great. But can we talk just for a minute about what a piece of work Clark Kent is as a journalist in this movie? It's always been a little bit sketchy in Superman how Clark Kent gets his job at the Daily Planet. Doesn't have a big resume, doesn't have a big portfolio, and yet he lands one of the premier reporting jobs in this universe. Previous versions, Man of Steel had him doing whatever. The original Superman had him get the job because he could type really fast. So, okay, you got some pretty flimsy reasons here. But in this movie, he's got the job because Superman will talk to him. He gets quotes from Superman that nobody else can get. You're not supposed to make up quotes. You're not supposed to quote yourself in a story. That kind of gets you banned from the entire industry. And that is his beat. That is his calling card in this movie. Is he gets quotes from Superman, and they're not even good. He's not even a good interview. You see this early in the movie when he sits down to give Lois an interview, and he wilts under just a little bit of questioning. So, man, he's got some work to do on his ethics piece, as far as being a journalist. But the movie's great. We love the movie. I'm very excited. We're already planning it for my wife to see. Watch that if you can. President Trump still out there federalizing the police. He's exceeding his 48-hour limits on his ability to do that, but it's not slowing him down. Yesterday, the White House released a string of images of people that they've been arresting for crimes. All of them people of color. So we should be honest about what's happening here. He is just trying to distract and use it as a chance to harass minorities, make their lives difficult, and also looking for an excuse to escalate his authoritarian actions. It's important for people to recognize that early on and not to give him any ground or to give any ground to his messaging. All cities have issues, all cities have problems, but there's nothing in DC that would warrant this kind of action. I took my family to DC in March. We wanted a chance to show the kids the monuments and also the museums, the Smithsonian. They're a good age to really start to explore different interests. And it was great. One of my kids got very interested in the Apollo missions. But there's nothing in the city. At no point when we were there was there anything to make you feel the slightest bit unsafe. Obviously, for residential areas, it's going to be a different experience than someone coming in for a week. But it's just a ridiculous idea that this is unwarranted action. We also got to see the African American Museum at the Smithsonian, and that is such a powerful display, powerful telling of our nation's history, some of our shortcomings. And led to a lot of a very good conversation about what's happened in American history with my older child. And I recommend that if you haven't had a chance to do that. You saw it again yesterday when Gavin Newsom held the press conference in California. And they sent Customs and Border Patrol to go stand outside and try to intimidate the governor as he's giving his press conference to outline the changes that California is going to make to its maps. You look at that, you go, wow, that is such a weak action to make. It gives that strong energy of that person, the junior high bully, wondering if people are talking about him, wondering if people like him. And the country deserves better. Country deserves honest representation, and it just shows how weak Trump's hold on this whole situation is. Just a little push. He's the most easily manipulated person. He's the most easily provoked person. And it's sad to see. And anyway, Superman Day 2, watch it when you get a chance. Enjoy it. Enjoy a little bit of a better place. Until then, let's always be reminding them, keep pushing. They need to release the Epstein files. We need to know what's... Thank you, and have a great day. And until next time, this has been Good Coffee, Good Morning. Good morning, good coffee. I don't know what I'm calling it. It's the first episode. Have a good day.